Orno Giovanna.
George Lucas.
John Cena.
John Madden.
Brett
Hi
Favre.
everyone, welcome to Kazador's Guide to the Galaxy. We've got Hakka Banemaw and the Xoruk of Shra'kt'lor. There's a guy made of mushrooms.
And there's a guy made of mushrooms.
But welcome.
Y'all hear us, right? They can all hear us, everybody?
I think so.
Okay, good.
As far as I'm aware. But welcome everybody. Welcome
Akira
back.
Toriyama.
Oh, the goat.
Akira from Akira.
Akira from
Eyebrows,
Rumble
eyebrows.
Akira Tozawa. Anyway,
Hayao
welcome.
Miyazaki.
Correct. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos. As you can probably see, we've got another member of the crew here.
Hello.
We will get to that in good time here. But for the time being, yes, welcome everyone. We're back at it.
Hello.
Let's go around the horn and introduce ourselves, starting with TheropodArt.
Hi, hello, that's me. It's your boy, TheropodArt. Y'all know where to find me. Blue Sky, Tumblr for Affinity. Pretty much everywhere on the internet. TheropodArt. Over on my Twitch. I promise I'll get back to streaming soon. Life has just been fucking crazy.
Life has been a dream.
Life could be dream. Shoo doo boo doo boo doo boom. Other than that, if you want to support me with money, you can commission me. Money can be exchanged for goods and services, and also money can be exchanged for stickers. I have an Etsy shop. It's just etsy.com/store/TheropodArt. I have two types of stickers right now. They're both Tara because I have an unhealthy obsession with my characters. That's it for me. If you want more D&D, just Tuesdays, Vecna. That's me.
All right.
Thank you.
And up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Oh, yo, that's me. Do you like TTRPG contents?
Do I?
Good, because I'm in a lot of it, starting tomorrow. Twitch.tv/TheUnexpectables. I'm gonna do something over there, so if you want to keep an eye out for that, you can check my Blue Sky at XanillisGrimm. I don't think we're on this Sunday. If I'm wrong, then I'll let Saris go over that. But aside from that, Monday, Twitch.tv/XanillisGrimm at 7 p.m. PST. We've got some more Stalwart Souls, D&D gamer with a few friends. Then right back here, Twitch.tv/DistortionDevil at 1 p.m. PST for some more Vecna Eve of Ruin. And then Thursday, Twitch.tv/Montico at 7 p.m. PST for some more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And that's me.
Excellent. Alrighty. Huh?
Whoa, that's a bunch of subs. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh.
Up next, we've got Tixdixl.
Howdy, it's me, your boy. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl, where honestly, I've it's not the thing that I usually plug, but I dropped some cool shush sneak peek thing on my cosplay side of things, so like you should go check a look at that. Otherwise, you can find me not this Sunday. I am so sorry to inform. We are still off this week for those who wander, but you can in fact find me still at Burnout Vaughn's channel tomorrow for No Love War Extra, where I believe we're going back to the Fates. We're doing Fate stuff. On Monday, unless otherwise specified, if I remember correctly, we are still doing the Runes of Delta. Wednesday over at Skillet Alpha's channel, we're doing some more off. We might even get close. I don't think we'll finish it this time around, but we'll get pretty close to it. We're breezing through this particular one since we already played through it. And then it is actually the 21st, Zan and Leah. It is the 21st, that Sunday, that we will be reconvening for those who wander.
Ah, gotcha.
But that's me. Yeah.
Alrighty. And we've got our newest crewmate, the latest member of the KSS Homewrecker, Citric King.
Hi, hello. My name is Citric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King. Everywhere being places like Blue Sky, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, if you want to see a dead account. And on my end, I've been posting like D&D Monster Grill Peanuts every Monday. So if that sounds about around your alley, like, yeah, pop your head there on Monday and see what's what's popping up. Outside from that, I'll be on Wiley's Willy channel next Thursday for the second part of our 2-shot of Candlekeep. So yeah, that is pretty much me, other than say that I'm really excited for this. Been looking to it for a long time now.
Glad to have you here, bud.
Glad to be here. Which I believe leads us to you, right?
I believe so. I am Amusing Thalia. I am here on Fridays. I am on every other Sunday, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday on Burnout Vaughn's channel, doing some of Those Who Wander. You can find me at my Twitch at Amusing Thalia and my Blue Sky at Amusing Thalia on Monday and Tuesday, usually doing Deltarune, and then usually some TTRPG stuff. We've been a little up in the air because one of my co-hosts, Ray, has been really deep into some suitor armor work, so we've been like taking it easy, doing some more casual streams, and I've been letting them stream some Silk Song in the normal TTRPG time. But that should be coming back at some point, and for now, that is all I'm in. Wednesday nothing, Thursday nothing, Saturday nothing. But for now, I will be passing you all to our lovely host, our gracious channel let us user, Connor McKinley.
That's me. Well, when they're not here at twitch.tv/DistortionDevil watching this live, you can find me all over the internet at DistortionDevil, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Blue Sky. And you can find all of this TTRPG shenanigans, as well as some videos that I've been working on whenever they come out, over at youtube.com/DevilsAndDiceRolls and patreon.com/DevilsAndDiceRolls, where you will get to see this content early. Brr. Sorry. I was wolfing down dinner in between here.
You're all good. You're all good. And you know what would go great with some dinner?
Beard sorcery. That's right. Beard sorcery.
Beard.
That's right. If you want something to have to comb crumbs out of and fish grease out of every single fucking time you eat, then head on over to Beard Sorcery, where they can facilitate all of that with their wide variety of fantastic products that I've been using for quite some time. My beard has never felt softer, more hydrated, more luxurious than after using all of these fantastic Beard Sorcery products, and you can get some for yourself at beardsorcery.com. You can use the code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10% when you shop online.
The oil makes it easier to get all the crumbs out.
It's true, I guess.
The smoother the beard, the easier the comb.
It's true. You know what else is true? My endorsement of
Bones
yeah,
coffee.
nice.
That's right.
We're-
Coffee made out of bones. Everyone.
That's
coffee
right.
made out.
So I was trying to I didn't know if I accidentally said Bones Coffee Company during that last stretch of the beard sorcery thing. Both of my sponsors start with B, so
This is good news.
my brain just
We can
my brain
be
might have
beards.
auto-corrected there. But yes, you can also use code DistortionDevil on BonesCoffeeCompany.com. That's right. Delicious, fantastic varietals of coffee in basically whatever format you would like, from K-cups to grounds to pre-canned cold brew. I recommend it all. And you can use code DistortionDevil on checkout at BonesCoffee.com, and you can save anywhere from 10 to 15% off.
Now, bone sorcery would be something fun.
Ooh,
And
bone
horrifying.
sorcery.
Bone sorcery. That's just what witches do.
And always, we couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers like you, and we've got subs aplenty. We've got 10 gifted to the community from Draken King, and we've got 5 gifted subs to the community from Tixdixl. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah.
I appreciate your support. Truly,
Shout out-
it means a lot to me.
Shout out to those witches on Etsy. You know what you did.
Etsy witches know what's up.
Listen, you can just buy a curse
Mm-hmm.
for the
Speaking
low
of
price of money.
cursed, are we ready to get into today's session?
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Very ready. Thank you all for being patient with a little bit of a late start, but we are ready to get going.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Does anyone need any extra time, moments, or are we good to go? Speak now or forever hold pieces of candy.
I could use another week.
Okay. you got it.
Oh.
I am going to shit.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks for coming. All right. Let's get into this. Across astral oceans, the eternal city of Sigil sits awaiting the arrival of the crew of the Homewrecker. But before them lies the last few trials. A vast astral sea and 2 lost travelers whose story we have yet to tell. Rot, the strange being who arrived on the doorstep of the KSS Homewrecker. We join them now. Not quite yet at that moment. A bit earlier. Within the ship farm, we see a unfamiliar vessel to the crew so far. It is a well-worn and battle-hardened vessel of some kind. It has scars and wounds from various battles across it, and emblazoned proudly across its side is Geik Tsukinva. Mind flayers can eat shit. This lamprey-like vessel is currently being at least lightly repaired, and the crew itself kind of languishes, some on deck, some off deck, doing some repairs. And currently, we join Rot as they go from one deck to another, and you can describe how, what you want to do, etc. There are the various crew members of the ship you've been on for a little bit, but the one individual you cannot find right now, Rot, is Marsh.
Usually Rod would be roaming around, still excited out of like how different everything he is in here. Like regardless of the time they've been on the crew, it's still baffling to them, like the color, the amount of just everything around. But right now, nervousness overtakes them as they are really desperate to find the little guy before they get themselves into trouble.
How obvious are you being about? Like, are you running around to the point where like the other crew members would notice, or are you trying to be subtle?
By this point, the Rod feels a little more accustomed to the rest of the crew, so they are not actively trying to hide. Some of it still lingers when they get startled, but it's very obvious.
You pass by sections of the ship. There's the captain's quarters, where you see the captain Quastille and their vice captain Salcos. They're just kind of having a conversation. Both of them are Gith, likely the reason why they know of this place and brought you all here. They seem to be discussing some sort of likely attack of some kind. It is very often that this vessel goes from raid to raid. You just manage to hop on to make it over here. And you're walking through. There is a mirror-like individual who's like doing some work on the top deck. There are a couple of Rilmani, like pure entities that are kind of humanoid in shape, but sort of completely blank. They don't have any sex characteristics, no breast, genitals. Their faces and features are kind of pushed and limited and seemingly very simple. And they're kind of inspecting the outer hull of the ship. There's the navigator, who's this kind of six-armed individual working, and they're talking to a Gif, a hippo person, who the two of them are kind of working together. And as you're kind of walking, some of the crew like looks up, notices you, kind of nods, and one crew member who you have gotten to know relatively well, a lupinus is what they are technically, a beast celestial by the name of Howell, would kind of notice you walking along, and you would kind of see or hear them coming up on you. Did you lose something, friend?
Yes, I've not been able to find the little guy, Marsh. I just don't want them to get into trouble. Also, hi.
The other passenger, yes? The one that does not talk?
Yes.
I would be happy to assist if you want some help.
I would very, very much appreciate that, yes.
Very well. And this individual probably fits in that whole, like, stuns you with their colors sort of vibe. They are kind of like a wolf person, in the like halfway point of like a werewolf and like a humanoid, but their fur is brightly colored, like blues and whites, yellows, and it kind of, their eyes themselves are almost star-like in coloration. But they drop down to hands and knees or paws, I guess, and just begin sniffing around for Marsh. They like sniff you, and then they begin sniffing around, and then they kind of do a little bit of a recoil after they sniff you, like
Yeah, Rod looks at them, like sniffing the ground, and is like, oh, I didn't think of that. And they go into all fours as well and try to imitate them.
All right, roll me a survival check.
Will do.
Scroll down a bit. Thank.
Oh, it's coming.
Ooh, lovely. That's a tasty 15 right there. So you do have passive survival, so I am going to keep track of that to an extent. So there you do succeed, but with the active survival, it takes you a little bit longer than you were hoping. So you do find a trail between you and Howell. The two of you find a trail and begin following it. It leads off the ship, unsurprisingly, but also slightly concerningly off the ship. And it leads you a little bit in like a circular maze, etc., through various other ships, little stalls. it looks like they kind of went between some people's legs. You see some people who are kind of disturbed and talking, etc., etc. And eventually, as the two of you are looking, you hear what sounds a little bit like a crash off in the distance, and it is vaguely in the distance that you are, or in the direction you're following, and there's like a little bit of a plume of smoke coming up from wherever that crash happened.
A cold drop of sweat goes down Rod's spine and looks at how...
Howl's like eyes kind of go wide a little bit, and they begin to drop into a run.
Yeah, Rod is following along. And no, I hope you don't think that is... No, it couldn't be, right?
They flash you a little bit of a wolfish grin as the two of you begin running. And when you get there, there is a ship that has kind of fallen on its side a little bit. Looks like one of the supports was busted or knocked out from under it. And on the side that it's fallen onto, there are some folks that are like lifting it up and putting it back in under some ports. And there's a hole, just a straight up hole in the side of the ship. And there's still a little bit of like dust and smoke all around, and sitting kind of perfectly in the hole spy, arms on hips a little bit, looking around for something, is a little mushroom fellow, a small sort of white with some green, a little bit of pink on the tips of these weird sort of leaf-like wings on the back. A strange mushroom fellow. Here's a little picture for folks. It looks somewhat like this, very close to like this. Art by @SaltyPokerface on Twitter, or I believe on Twitter still that they use, but also Blue Sky. And you see this individual just kind of looking around, hands on hips, seemingly waiting for something.
Yeah, Rod immediately runs towards them. Like, Marsh, what are you doing?
It looks over at you, and then it points into the ship, and then it like looks confused, and it looks around, and with your passive perception, you see an individual with like a bunch of stuff under one arm and carrying a bag in the other arm is like moving away from the scene and the situation as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Rod is bumping into people trying to make their way to Marsh. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. What did you do?
There is a Gith individual who's wearing like kind of nice looking, simple robes of some kind. They are very clearly one of the locals from here based on aesthetic. They don't wear any armor, and they kind of put their hands on their hips. Do you know this individual?
Maybe.
They, according to, and they gesture at the people who own the ship. According to the captain here, they were undergoing a deal of some kind with someone when your friend, Marsh gives kind of a wave, burst through the door. Or not door, made a door.
Yeah, they have a bad habit of just going around places. They don't really know what they're doing. Like, Marsh, get here.
But are you going to assist? And they like gesture at the like busted hull.
Oh, yeah, of course, it's the least I can do, right? How can I help?
Well, labor is needed. You could grab a hammer and send a gesture at like straight up just like some of the crew is like helping lift it back up, and some of them have like woods and splints and like hammers and stuff out. It seems like they're just gonna straight up repair it.
Rod looks back to Howl. Like, hey, how free is your day?
I don't think we were doing anything. I'd be happy to help.
Thank you so much.
And the two of you begin working. This is the kind of thing where like you can roll to make it go quicker, but this just requires time. as you're doing manual labor. Other people are in charge of the logistics of it, and you help put things back into working order. Marsh has this reaction where like almost they like seem a little bad, like feel a little bad about the situation, so they're like trying to help. At one point they're like dragging a board as best they can across the ground towards the situation, and it takes you a little bit of time to be able to finish this up. And as you are as you are doing this, you would notice that Marsh keeps looking off towards where the one individual that was walking away from the situation went. And a couple times they try to like tug at your clothing and like drag you in that direction.
Not now. We're still dealing with what you did. At least you could use help. Why did you
kind of
blow
looks
a hole?
down, kind of kicks. Are you able to communicate with Marsh?
Good question. Can I?
Let me double check their stats. I thought I sent them to you, but this is also kind of comes up to like what you are able to do to an extent. I think part of this is also, do you think you would be able to communicate with Marsh?
Overall, I feel we're still getting to know each other. So part of the confusion, I guess, is still there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. They kind of there's almost like a little bit of a like squeaky sound, like rubber on rubber, that sound, and they kind of kick the ground a little bit. You get the sense that Marsh can speak, but doesn't necessarily have the ability to speak normally. Probably more akin to how plants communicate.
It's fine. You can explain later why you did this, but we have to help rebuild it. We cannot leave it like this. Well, they are not let us go away without fixing it, but we should fix it anyway.
And as the situation unfolds in front of you, you continue fixing. We zoom back out a little bit and zoom back in towards the ship itself, where Marine has just gotten back aboard and has begun unloading. And you all heard from Marine that there was some sort of commotion and back in the market, but she's gathered the materials needed to travel, and you all are putting the last little touches, getting the last little bits of food or whatever it is that you want to get before your trip, before you set sail towards the city of Sigil. And this is where I jump back to the other party. Is there anything y'all want to do? You have a little bit of time. This is the last sort of check-in, make sure there isn't anything you want to do, want to grab, want to ask about while you are here in the Gnosis cluster.
I can't think of anything really.
I mean, we mostly got the downtown time activities like ready to go last session, I think.
Yeah. This is more just like wanting to check in, less about having less about doing that again, and more if there's something that someone thought of between this last session and this session. If you had a last minute idea or something you were saving, now is the time to do it.
Fair enough. I think I'm good.
We never really visited the Dead One's tongue.
No. I mean, you kind of
think
you're there now to an extent.
Yeah. I think rather than go exploring, I think Kazador would just like try and get a brief overview of the place.
Yeah. Are you like asking Xoruk for that or Marine for that, or are you just like looking into it yourself?
Probably Marine or a local.
Yeah. Marine, when Marine gets back, they're happy to do it, and or before they do that. You can also, there's a dock master of some kind that you can get off the ship and have some conversations about. is there anything in particular trying to find out, or just familiarizing yourself?
Just familiarizing himself.
Yeah, makes sense. Anything Vex wants to do?
I think Vex is a little worn from last session. They'll take some time to themselves.
Yeah. You have your time, have your moment, and sit kind of quietly with your new companion within the bowels of the ship. And as all of you are waiting, gathering, finishing whatever projects you would be working on, we return once again to the moment at the beginning of last session, or at the end of last session, when the ship sends out a small psychic alert to everyone aboard that someone has boarded the ship and approaches the front entrance. Little Marsh, the little guy, after helping you fix up the place, would lead you towards where that individual left, and seemingly is very intent on a very specific direction. And as you arrive at the entrance, they are kind of slamming on the door, but it's not really making any sound. It's kind of making a little sound on your side, but it's like a pillow hitting a wall. It's just...
Do you want me to knock at the door?
kind of gestures at the door.
Rod takes a deep breath, and with their gnarled staff they carry around with them, just bonk, bonk, bonk on the on the front door of the ship.
Like someone's
hello?
knocking on the ship. Kazador, curious, will go to investigate.
Yeah, you make your way through the Sphinx doors and out to the front main entrance, where you assume you just open it up and you see Rot in front of you. And Citric, I'd like you to describe Rot once again and what Kazador sees in front of you. Or in front of himself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Standing in front of you is a 5'9" tall figure, clad in heavy robes, but very poorly kept, covered in all kinds of moss, and you see some bugs running around it. It's very hard to describe their features, as most of their face is obscured by heavy scarves, the heavy cloak, and a wide brimmed straw hat with a lot of things just dangling from it. But what you do see is a pale green eye, dimly glowing from inside of that entire encasing of their face. What you can see of their limbs that poke out of the robe, they are kind of slim, very they are very light frame, you would say. But so much of them is covered that it's really hard to get a good gander of what they are.
That individual seemingly politely standing on the outside of the door, the other individual, the small mushroom fellow, just sort of walks in.
Kazador just looks...
walks past you, just like it is making its way in the ship.
Can I intercept it?
Like physically?
Yes.
Sure. Are you trying to grab it?
No, Hakka just kind of gets in front of it and kind of just
It walks between your legs.
Get back here!
Mark, no, I am so sorry. They're just really intent of coming here.
At that point, if it goes through his legs, Hakka's gonna try to grab it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, you try to grab it.
I grab the back of its neck.
Roll an athletics check.
All right. Oh boy. I open up my sheet. Jesus Christ, Hakka, that's a 27.
27. Oh, I don't even think. I'll roll for the sake of a natural 20, but I don't. Yeah, no.
Just
They have these. You see that the wings that they have on aren't actual wings. They're these leaves that they have strapped with this sort of braided grass rope that are wrapped around their arms, etc. Kind of like the wings from the folks in Skypiea, where you just kind of pinch the little like fake wings and lift them up, and they're just kind of walking, pull out a little leaf sword, and they just kind of start slashing at your arms a little bit.
Does it actually deal damage, or is it like ineffective?
Well, we will see.
damn.
They would have.
Kazador.
Does an 18 hit you? Hakka, does an 18 hit you?
If it meets, it beats.
It deals 1 point of slashing damage. You get a grass cut.
Is this your lost sassy child?
Guess so. We're acquaintances, I guess. I'm really sorry. The little guy just really is intent in getting here. I don't know why, but I'm just following along.
Ow! Stop poking me! Hakka would come over to Kazador, assuming I still have hold of the creature, and just kind of...
Oh, yeah.
If you don't mind, I've kind of learned that they won't stop until they get what they want. If you just let them walk, I'm sure it's not going to be anything too terrible. I'm not thinking on rebuilding 2 ships in one day, but ignore that.
Hakka looks to Kazador like, do you mind? Like if I just drop this thing? Hakka's annoyed, but he's not like furious. Like, what is Kazador's reaction?
Kazador will just like sigh and nod in the affirmative, like, yeah, go ahead.
Hakka will set him down gently, and then looks to Rot, and just, if he breaks anything, you're paying for it.
We've dealt with funny little guys before, Hakka.
Oh, I'm aware.
Kazador just sort of gets a blank expression for a second. Remembering.
I am
Anyway.
sure everything is going to be fine. I apologize. It's just they are like that.
So who are you?
Oh, hi. My name is Rot, and I guess that's the extent of it.
Your name is Rot, and you've come to deliver this creature to our ship. And that's
Delivery is a word. Delivery is a word for it. I'm just following along. I want them to stop bothering people.
And you've no other purpose for being here.
I can't say so. I've just been traveling for the past few weeks. I'm new to all of this. Sorry, I don't really know how this interaction goes.
Well, you may as well come in.
Oh,
Seems like they're green in more way than one.
Yes, I have a lot of green. Moss is kind of a thing for me.
Kazador will open the door for them.
You step into what seems to be a
Marsh.
strange living ship of some kind. It has Nautilus-like features, and the inside seemingly is made of similar material. It has kind of fleshy-like floors and shell-like walls, etc.
Yeah.
Marsh has basically instantaneously made their way over towards one of the elevators, like the holes in the ground that go up or down, and just floats upwards.
Yeah, you see immediately Rod stops paying attention to either of you and just like looking at the whole ship.
Oh, very large.
Big boy.
And just whoop disappears up the hole.
I know that above game that nothing bad's gonna happen, but do you mind an insight check, Citric?
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, terrible for Hakka. 14.
He said he minds. What the fuck, Pharaoh?
That would be against what?
I assumed the tone of the yes meant okay.
So this is up to
Yes.
you with player versus player checks. You can either roll against it, or you can look at the number and say, yeah, this is what you get. If you're not trying to be persuasive or deceptive or intimidating in
Yeah.
any way, you can just explain what you think of 14 gets reading you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like because of the way Rot's features are usually obscured, you don't get much of in the sense of an expression, but body language speaks volumes. As Rot is like the moment they look inside of the ship, they are just enamored with everything they are seeing. Like no guard at all. Oh,
Almost a
This is
childlike curiosity.
this is a living thing.
Indeed. We took it from a undead mind flayer.
Heard a lot about mind flayers. Nothing good though. I guess it's good that you took them from them. How do you even walk inside of it? It's like if you are being eaten, something like that.
It's
Go for it.
not necessarily like being eaten. It's more like our... It's hard to describe, I suppose.
Our refuse is processed.
This vessel is indeed a living being. But
I've
it,
seen so many weird things outside of home. Oh, but yeah, sorry. I am not. I don't intend to take too much of your time. I'm just here to look over the little guy.
well, time is one thing we have in abundance at the moment. I suppose I should introduce myself as well.
Oh, yes, I would appreciate it.
I am Kazador Rain, and I am the captain of this vessel, the KSS Homewrecker.
Huh. Oh, they do a small bow. Yes, the pleasure is mine.
You say you're new to all of this. We're not exactly veterans of the Astral Sea ourselves. We've only just set off a few weeks ago, actually, from our planet.
Well, I've heard of it before, but just I lived in the Outlands most of my life. I don't know if you know about Plaguemore. It's not the happiest place, but it does have a reputation.
Does Kazador know about that?
So Plaguemore, you could roll. Xoruk would is Xoruk there? Actually, that's a good question. Has Xoruk followed Hakka and Kazador, or is Xoruk still in the command deck?
I don't remember where we left off last time, so I'm going to assume because Xoruk would have said something otherwise. He's not there currently.
He's not there. We had kind of left off with you. You all had Marine had recently gotten back, and you all were finishing up preparations. So I would say that if you're okay with this, I would say you probably were helping Marine unload the supplies and place them where they needed to go.
Makes sense.
So we will get to you in that interaction in a second. But before that, I would say, Connor, you can roll a history or religion check. And you have to roll this one because it's not something Kazador would immediately know.
All right. I will roll a history check. 11.
11. So you would know a base aspect of it. You would know that Plaguemore is one of the gate towns in the Outlands. The Outlands being the plane that surrounds Sigil, and the gate towns being these large metropolis-like settlements that are built around portals in the Outlands to various major planes. You don't remember exactly which one Plaguemort is associated with, but you can't imagine with a name like Plaguemort that it's good.
The Outlands, you say?
Yes.
As it happens, this vessel is currently headed towards Sigil.
You're going to Sigil? Oh, I've heard a lot about Sigil.
As have I. You've never been?
I can't say I have. It's a big city. I've heard a lot about it, but just never been there.
So tell me about this Plaguemore.
And we'll say as you two are, or as the group of you, the three of you are walking, talking somewhere to sit down, there is a warping sound as you and Marine are unloading some supplies into the back area of the hangar and just placing them in piles, organizing. She's kind of doing inventory when Xoruk, you having a better passive perception, would hear a like whoosh sound of someone coming up the elevator, and you see little mushroom guy kind of land, look around, and start beelining intently towards Marine.
Oh my god.
This one of yours, then? Towards Marine.
One of what? Holy shit. Wait it. Marsh? What the fuck are you doing here? When did... And Marsh just kind of strides up to Marine and, like, places the little leaf sword downwards on the ground and, like, drops into a kneel position. This is not technically one of mine. This is a companion from one of my old crewmates. What he's doing here, for the life of me, I couldn't tell you.
Do they speak?
It looks at you and it kind of rubs the top of its head, and there's a sound. The person who had him could communicate with him. I never figured out how.
Oh, go on then. Try to figure out what it wants. I'll keep working here then.
If you say so. You all right up here?
It's simply moving a few boxes in and out of the place. I'd rather find it tedious, but it's good for the back.
Right, well, you do what you need to do. Kind of reaches down, scoops up the individual. All right, where are we going? And
Next time, however, Captain Marine, you will not ignore your small muscle group.
Oh, I ignore a lot of muscle groups. She kind of pats her belly.
Never skip leg day.
Xoruk goes back to working.
All right, where are we going? Picks up the little guy, and the little guy points with the leaf sword back towards the thing. And as the two of them are heading, Xoruk, you're left to yourself for a moment to focus on the task in front of you. Is there anything you want to do, or is there anything you're doing, or are you really genuinely just doing some labor?
Xoruk is still kind of lamenting a lot of what he experienced and reflecting on what happened to the various Gith that he has seen in more recent times, but he's definitely just putting as much work as he can in front of those feelings as he can right now, keeping as busy and as productive as he can be.
Cool. I'm about to throw a wrench in that.
Okay.
As you are focusing on that and reflecting on that sort of thing, there is a presence, a connection that tries to establish itself from similar to what you tried to do when you first got here. Someone reaching out psychically with you probably feels a little bit more distant than on the ship. Probably someone from on the Gnosis cluster does feel very familiar.
Xoruk will listen.
You allow the mental connection to kind of attach and pass through, and the feeling of Dorithny, the familiarity and intimacy between the two of you sort of forces itself to the front of your mind as the connection is made, and they address you as Xoruk.
Dorithny,
You're back from your journey.
I, with a lot of things to process. I trust you are safe and that the captain gave his bargain.
Well, and yes, it's as far as I can tell, I have been left alone. I saw a crew member of yours in the ship farm. That's how I knew you returned. Are you leaving?
Soon, I believe.
May I come say goodbye?
Xoruk will take a moment. Right, yes, of course. I'm at Communicates Witch Dock.
Mm-hmm. Pano would, obviously, very obviously trying to cover up. Pano would like to see Vex before you all leave.
I will make certain that they know that they will be arriving.
We'll be there in a little bit. See you soon.
I look forward to your arrival, Dimples.
There is a like flushing in the mind, like a warm, embarrassed feeling before it disconnects.
I'll kind of smile, put down some busy work, and then go try to find Vex.
You finish up the busy work and begin to head off towards finding Vex, and that is where I'm actually going to use that transition to Vex, touching back in with you. You're welcome to stay down here and keep quiet, but you did get that mental ping of an individual boarding the ship, and because you can kind of mentally connect with anyone who's on the ship and is at least tangentially friendly, you are aware of the presence of two new individuals.
Right. So when we last left off, Vex was actually rushing to go grab their armor to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then was originally scouting to go figure out where the person was.
Yeah, so we will say during all this time you were finishing putting on your armor, and you can tell that the person is above you on the main deck. I will say the three of you, Hakka, Kazador, and Rot, you are in the main deck area, sort of talking as you would.
Do I hear them chatting at this point?
If you are still down in the basement or down in the crew quarters, then no. But if you would be outside of like if you're heading to them, then you would eventually start to overhear them.
If I start to overhear them, it seems like they have things under control. Then the sort of hyper-vigilant alert is going to dissipate.
Mm-hmm.
Because originally, with that mental ping, for lack of a better word, intruder, their brain went into more of an offensive defensive stature, but now that they're not even fully there, they hear the conversation emerging, that just sort of disappears because they seem to have it under control, and it seems to be amicable from what they can hear.
Mm-hmm. Are you kind of hesitating outside of that room?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pull you there, and you'd be kind of hesitating there when Marine and Marsh descend down the little elevator. Oh, hey, Payload. Look at this little guy.
Oh my word. And what curious creature are you?
They're still holding the leaf blade out kind of towards the door that you're pointing at. They look towards you, and they do kind of like a knightly bow.
They're going to offer a similar gesture.
Yeah, every Marsh I've met is a little different. This one's kind of weird.
A marsh?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the name of them or this type of them. I don't know. It's the name that the person who used to take care of these used to give them. They had one that would follow them around. Got really powerful, but they made a bunch of little ones.
Like marsh as in like the biome, the climate.
I think so.
They kind of look over the creature as Marina's talking about, what the name that was sort of given to them, and just kind of would you say that they seem, for lack of a better word, kind of swampy, kind of marshy?
Yeah, definitely a little moist.
Yeah. Do you speak?
It rubs the top of its head and makes that squeaky sound once more.
Understood. Right. I'm gonna take that as a no.
I think he can, but I'm not sure. The only one that could communicate with him was the previous owner. Owner? I don't know. Companion? Friend? I don't know.
We'll go with companion. I feel like that's appropriate for the current situation. What I'm gathering from you here is that there's another...
There were like 5 I met.
Right. Understood. Not entirely, but close enough, right?
Marsh kind of taps Marine's hand with the little leaf blade and points towards the door once more. Okay, got it. And Marine begins to head to the door. Do you follow Vex, or are you still hesitating?
Still hesitating. They're clearly trying to get an assessment of the situation, but that does identify both of the new unknown parties on deck, and again, it seems to be amicable in nature.
As the sphinx door opens, you see on the other side Rod, as described earlier, sort of standing there talking, and Marine enters the room to Kazador, Hakka, Rod. What would y'all be talking about?
So Rod is talking to Kazador, describing play mode. It's like, yeah, all in all, it's not that terrible. It's not great, but it's livable if you ignore the like pieces of the place that fall into the abyss every now and then. But you know what it is to live this next to another plane. It just eats out at your home.
I see. I think I recall something similar happening in Elturel.
Also, it happens in more places. Oh, I mean, it makes sense. Do you guys also have like an asshole like the like managing the whole place? and having to make pact with demons for it to just keep around?
In some places, yes, though those tend to get ousted. He smiles
Honestly,
a little bit at that.
in my opinion, anyone who's a manager is already, kind of a shitty person. But that's just me. Hello, hi, I'm Marine. He's pointing at you. Gestures at. Salutes, Captain. Sorry.
Comment noted.
Oh, hi.
Hakka does that like the cat in Puss in Boots, just like, oh.
But he's pointing at you. And gestures at Marsh, who's pointing at Rot now. Rot, you see Marsh pointing at you with a little leaf blade, and then points at Marine, and then points at you with a little leaf blade, and then points at Marine.
This odd critter hasn't gotten into any mischief, has it?
No, just beelined for me. I will say, I will vouch for this little guy. They're weird, but they are. I've run a crew with them before, I think.
He raises a brow. You know them.
Kind of.
Marine, if I had a silver for every time you've had a past with some weird small creature, I'd have 2 silver. Which, it's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Good point. I'll put it like this: often the things that need smuggling in this universe are the little guys that are in trouble. And as she says that, she looks down towards Marsh. Are you in trouble? Marsh just nods the head. Fuck.
Wait, what do you mean you're in trouble?
Points at you with the little leaf sword.
Am I trouble?
Shakes its head.
Oh, good. Then wait, what? What's the trouble?
Is he in trouble? Nods its head.
You're both in trouble.
Nods its head.
What
Why are
kind
we in
of trouble?
Nods its head.
This is going nowhere fast.
I would like maybe actually
Mhm.
pause that thought. I said pause that thought. I had a thought. I want to double check to make sure that that it's even something I can do. Because I want to try something. I don't think I can. No, I had the wrong thought. Never mind.
You are
It was a
all good.
idea. It was a good idea, but I can't do it, so never mind.
Well, what I can do for you is it is in this moment that Xoruk, you've just received your message, and you probably descend the elevator looking for Vex. You see Vex hesitating outside of the command deck.
Vex.
Oh. Xoruk?
Are you alright?
There's a pause. I think for the moment I am.
Why is your armor on?
When the mental link suddenly broached through, I thought to be on the lookout for danger, but obviously, as it is, and then Vex will just gesture to the conversation unfolding in the other room. That is very evidently not the case. I understand it may seem a little foolish, however, I would rather be safe than sorry.
A wise precaution, especially out here. But Captain Dorithny is on his way towards the ship to say farewells to you and I.
There's like a slow head nod of understanding.
I trust I can wait for you outside when the time comes.
For sure. I have no reason not to be present. And as far as I'm aware, we are currently not occupied with anything. There's like a notable hesitation as they look like side-eyed glance over the shoulder to the conversation happening with the two new individuals standing there talking about something about. Well, I mean, I don't mean to be presumptuous, but I did overhear something about a problem, possibly danger. I'm not entirely certain, but apparently our new companions are certainly communicating very effectively.
Xoruk will reach out to Kazador's mine. Commodore Rain.
You know you can just call me Kazador.
Right, we did discuss this. Are we in some form of trouble?
I don't believe so at the moment, though this is somewhat of an odd coincidence.
Permission to leave the ship. We are expecting company from Captain Dorothy.
Ah, permission granted in that case, though I will want you back here. I have an idea.
I will be at the deck entrance. I will not very far.
Very good.
And
Take your
Xoruk
time,
will-
just come see me when you're done.
Xoruk will break the connection, nod towards Vex, and head towards the entrance to the ship.
And they will
Yeah.
follow.
Two of you head outside, and are you just going to take a quiet moment waiting for the guests to arrive? Or is
Xoruk
there
will look.
anything you want to do?
Xoruk will look towards Vex. For lack of a better verbiage, looks like you met a man at the gallows. What troubles your mind?
There's a long pause. Roll an insight check.
On it. Natural 20. 29.
Damn, y'all two's rolls on each other are crazy.
This makes a lot of sense. This is a hesitation of not just trying to put words together, but what to share, right? And they, for a moment, they pause, and they sort of put their words together before responding. So, have you ever come across a situation where everything that you thought that you knew ended up being incorrect, and your foundations are not what you thought they were, and you try your best to navigate it only to find yourself lost?
Zorik's kind of eyes will slightly widen. Are we talking about me or you right now?
There is a small, deflated smile on their face. And carrying over that natural 20, they are talking about themselves.
Certainly, Vex, I can relate on multiple instances. Did this happen to you just now?
In a way, yes, and only to find additional confirmation in ways that I can't even say whether or not I took comfort from it. I can't even say whether or not finding something concrete truly does help. But what I did learn and what I did find was concrete, to say the least. Whatever that means. However I move forward with it, I know that I must. I have no choice. Sometimes the facts of life are inevitable, and we must accept them regardless of our feelings.
So what exactly has troubled you? I've seen you stare down enemies 3 times or more our size without blinking. What causes you to blink now?
Well, finding out that I may have lost. I don't even know if lost is the correct word, but lost thousands of years. The prospect, I know we had spoken about it a very long time ago, about the concept of home and the fact that I mentioned to you a very, very long time ago, years now, that I had wondered whether or not I could even return home because of how much had changed in my time in Barovia, but in truth, now I've had that decision made for me. I can't. I mean, I could, physically, but emotionally, mentally, what would be there? I mean, it's not even called that anymore, how much has changed. To the point where everything that I thought that I understood about quote-unquote home, the prospect of a home, a place of origins, is nothing more than a myth. It's not a lie. It's not false. It's just different. It's not the same, and unfortunately, with my lack of knowledge and understanding, it's nothing more than a mystery with no answers. And then, of course, when I went to confirm the one thing that I did know to be true, of course I got that confirmation, and of course that confirmation is just something that I knew with my own eyes, just a reaffirmation that what I do know to be true is true, and what I understand about my life and experiences is correct. But of course there are, well, I apologize, I'm rambling.
No. You are searching. Xoruk will move over to invite for a hug for Vex.
They'll take it.
I know what it is like to lose one's home. To know that even if you do return to it, it won't be the same place that you left. You exit the hug.
Mhm.
But perhaps I can invite you to follow me for a moment. Easier to show than to explain.
They will do so.
And we're still docked at the Gnosis Cluster, right?
Correct, yeah.
Xoruk will move over with Vex and find a spot that's overlooking a scenic part of the stars before kind of sitting down. I remember being so lost and having not the faintest clue as to where or who I was. Do you know what remained constant, Vex? The thought that the person I was would look at these same stars, and the person I will be looking at these same stars. That won't change. No matter where I go, I can look up towards the sky and feel who I was, who I am, who I will be. But even more than that, there are people that I loved, that cared for me, that care for me now, that will care for me in the future. And they look at those stars. We're looking at the same thing, Vex. Many of us do not have homes. Many of us do not have lives, futures, or prospects ahead. But we still have this. So I ask you, Vex, look into the stars. Do you feel them looking back?
This is going to be an odd question, Leah. It's
Mhm.
one of my noted odd questions. In strapped to my waist is still the book. What is its current state of being?
Hmm. Let me roll something. There is, in this moment, almost a disconnection from it. Either it is not like dormant, maybe there's something interfering, maybe it just doesn't care, maybe it's not paying attention, maybe you have something else on your mind that is interfering, but at the moment it seems quiet.
Then with that, they do stare out into the stars, and there's a thought that crosses their mind. The thought of whether or not these are even the same stars. Have they changed? There's a pause before they mull again over their words. Like, Xoruk, you get the sense that the entirety of this conversation is incredibly difficult. That they're being very selective. They're being, for lack of a better word, they're refusing to be raw as they pick through what it is that they're thinking, what it is that they're going to say before they eventually say, don't know if I would say looking back is the correct word, but they are there, and I see their light.
I cannot help but notice, Vex. A swelling below the eye. A pause at the nostril. Tautness of your skin on your face. You've shed tears. I know this pain. I know this relief well. There will be a time where I hope, I pray, you can look at these stars and feel the same measure of comfort they have granted me. But for now, know that you do not have to shoulder this pain alone. I am here.
Vex will nod. I appreciate it. There are many of time, and I'm sure you understand, where the connection between one person and the next may be limited, may be fleeting. That does not mean that it is not appreciated for what time is given. And note that I do not take it for granted.
Even if he did, it is still my choice to offer it.
As the two of you finish your conversation and stare off into space, you would, almost as if on cue, hear a voice call down from on the dock towards the ship. Well, hello, you two. And look over and see Dorothy has arrived with his vice captain, Pano, the large yak man celestial, who immediately, Vex!
Hello there, friend. Wave.
You have lived! You have survived the journey once again!
Did you expect anything less?
No, but it is always good to see. Come, hug. And
Big
moves
hug.
towards you for a big hug.
Bone cracking
Big
hug.
squeeze. Yeah, big bone cracking squeeze hug. And as they're embracing, Dorothy kind of shuffles towards you a little awkwardly. Hello there.
Towards Xoruk.
Towards Xoruk, yeah.
Xoruk will remain seating. Dimples, have a seat.
Sits next to you without hesitation. You are headed for travel again?
He's gonna keep looking at the stars for pulling out his dagger and handing it hilt first towards Dorothy.
Cocks an eyebrow. What is this? Is your old dagger?
No, new one. As for what it is, I haven't decided yet. But I know that I am caught in an intrigue of lies, deceit, ambition that has encompassed more than Vex and I. It's encompassed a crew. I would not be able to find rest at night, knowing I left that thread uncut. So for now, they are my scissors to chop away at whatever ambitions I have found myself in.
Your words are always so beautiful. You speak like the old poems.
I speak with intention, Dimples. You know that.
I do.
I apologize for not updating you on the situation. The thought of appraising you on what had happened makes sense, but in truth, what we had found has unnerved me more than a little. I needed time to understand where I was. I do apologize if that affected you in any way.
Kind of shakes her head. I feel like Chucky. I just wish to be there for you in the way that I can. I felt guilty asking your Justil to assist. I came to offer gifts. Thank you for your help.
I kind of smile. From the dread pirate Captain Dorothy.
Don't, I see. Kind chat. You are a kind of drops some stuff a little bit, picks it back up. You always catch me a bit off guard. I'll say that. I feel like a Githzerai in front of many people, but in front of you, I feel like an Stark.
He'll grin. He'll look back as well, make sure there's no members of his crew other than the big guy, right?
Other than Pano. He seems to have very intentionally come with just him.
Xoruk will lay his head on Dorothy's shoulder.
He'll reach out for your arm, and it doesn't look like he's trying to hold your hand. It looks like he's trying to grab your wrist.
He'll give him the wrist.
As you do so with his other hand, very quickly he pulls out what looks like a braid of golden grass. You recognize it instantly because this dotted and decorated the fields of the my brain just shut down. What are they fucking called? Domains of Delight. That's it.
Oh, I see.
Pulls out a bracelet made of braided grass from the Domains of Delight and begins to wrap it around your wrist. The last time we were together, when you left, I made this to remember you by. Maybe you will remember me with it.
Captain, I will never forget you. I understand that you want me to be part of your crew. And we were and could be something more, but in truth, and he'll kind of raise his head up. I don't know where I belong yet. The thought of being a part of a crew does not make me nervous. But gallivanting around as a pirate, as a freedom fighter, as an assassin, I at the very least know that these are none of the things that I want. Not in the long term. And I appreciate you giving me the space and the time to understand, to know myself.
I want you to come with me. I think of you often. But you are Githzerai. It would be an insult to you to try to push you to do anything. You must will it to do so. It is the epitome of the Zan, freedom of our people.
We are both children of Gith. But understand there is a key difference between you and I. It is not where I was born, necessarily, nor the things that I have been taught. But you are happy here. You have a crew here that gives you some sense of fulfillment. I have traveled to places beyond beauty, beyond measure or fathom, with you. And I did not find comfort. Not because of you or anything you did, or lack thereof. Because that is not where I'm meant to be.
Well, then, Shikamavir, then you will be... And that is a little bit of a nickname he's had for you for a while. Shika-Keth, meaning asshole, and Talakmavir, meaning like brother or sister in freedom. So it's literally translates to asshole in freedom.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
It's a little bit of a joke on the fact that you have joined and left the crew a few times. And, well, Shikamavir, then I wish you all the haste in the world to find what it is that you want and where you belong. And looks over at Vex. And for what it's worth, I hope the people you travel with help you.
I hope you continue to find the love and joy that you have offered me all these years. Whether that's with me or others.
Looks down, kind of reaches into their bag, pulls out what looks to be like a scroll tube. There's a note in here for your captain. It also has a gift from our deep stores. I was saving it for a rainy day, but I have a feeling whatever you're getting into now, you may need it more than I.
Thank you, Dorothy, truly. I'll make sure the captain gets these things. But I would have a request in you in return.
Oh? Rare that the great Xoruk asks for a favor.
Indeed. There are Githzerai here, Githyanki, Gith of all kinds, that try to find this place as home. Something is in the works, something that has caught me within its web, that is much bigger than me or the crew that I am working with. The Gnosis Cluster could be in danger from these forces outside it. Every Gith that is on this place, in this place, living, deserves a chance to try and figure out what it is they want for themselves, rather than that being told and dictated to them. Please, Dorothy, help keep it that way. For the astral winds of change are coming, and I hope it is towards progress for the Gnosis Cluster, rather than towards oppression.
For Navrak. Very well. I will do what I can, but I am a single crew. I've never wanted to make waves, so to speak, here. I've only ever wanted to fight for the freedom of those. Kind of trails off. But I see your point. Be careful out there. There
You as
are
well.
many who would wish you harm.
I could say the exact same to you, Dimples.
Well, speaking of those that perhaps would assist you, I have one last gift. Information. Your old allies. You were going to say something, my bad.
Oh, no, you're good.
Your old allies, Groln and Kandronath. They have been spotted recently near Sigil. Yeah, there's been a lot of hustle and bustle there. Lots of ships coming in and out. Not sure what their business was, but they were spotted. It's very rare that you see a Chaos Dragon and a Mind Flayer free of an Elder Brain working together. It's
They are
noted
at the
report.
cage.
They are, or at least nearby.
Huh.
And I have one more piece of concerning information of the cage. It was reached out to by an old mutual acquaintance of ours, Naimana. She was reaching out to seemingly anyone she has met or known. It felt very mechanical, rehearsed. But she seems to be a member of a group. They made their way here recently. The following.
She's left Sigil.
It seems she's still there. They have a big presence there. She reached out with magic.
I see.
She asked me to come to Sigil to meet with a high priest there. They had something they wanted me to do. I told them I would consider it. Just in case it's something you wish to look into.
I shall, of course. Thank you for this. This is... I don't use these words lightly. I owe you, Dorothy.
Well, then you can consider us even.
Yeah, all right. You'll kind of stand up, offering him a hand up as well.
Who will also accept the hand up and if you'll allow it, pull you into an embrace as the two of you stand up.
He'll happily accept. Kind of putting his forehead to Dorothy's and giving a mental connection. I want to see you again. I want to see you thriving. I want to see you growing. Promise me that when I leave here, you won't find some slum to comfortably exist in. You'll make progress towards whatever goals you decide.
I'll be honest, right now, I hope I can do that. But at least the way I feel currently, you will always be my Jacques Findu.
Well,
We'll always care about you, whether or not you do in the same way.
well then. Promise me that you'll at least keep in one piece.
Vlakish can have me when she wants me.
when she earns you, not a second earlier.
Githzerai
Shikasai.
gives you one last embrace before, and you can see the tears forming in his eyes, turning away. Pano, let's go. Pano is currently talking to you and is doing the like kneeling down thing in order to like meet you eye to eye, Vex. What would the two of you be talking about?
First off, how tall is he?
Pano is like 8.5 feet total in
Okay,
height.
so he's not too much taller than me.
Yeah, but there's like a little bit of a squat going
Yeah,
on.
oh for sure. So do you have a heading? Do you know where you have to?
We are going to some place with people where they need to be freed. Nods very affirmatively.
Well, they need to be freed. It sounds par for the course. Do you have any idea where? Like what the environment's like?
A dark place, many chains.
Dark place, many chains, is what he said?
Yeah, seems to be what he said, yeah.
They're gonna actually narrow their eyes at that. Does said dark place with many chains have a name?
And it's kind of at this time, Captain, where are we headed? And Dorothy is stepping away. We're headed to Banehold.
Did I hear Banehold?
You did hear Banehold.
Okay. Do I know what that is?
You could roll me a religion or a history check, and you would know a little bit off, like, just base, but yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Xoruk, you're near enough nearby. You can also roll one.
I'm assuming as well the Dorothy gave the dagger back.
Yeah, absolutely. They were playing it with it for some of it, but they would have handed it back to you.
That makes sense.
Alright, let's go for history.
Probably when they put the bracelet on your wrist, they would have handed it in your hand.
No clue what Banehold is.
9.
9. Banehold.
It's where they hold the Banes, right?
You know who Bane is, you think. Whether or not those two are connected, it's impossible to say for sure at the moment. It is very likely a plane of some kind.
Okay.
Not like a city or a place. Or other than that, you're fairly certain you've heard the name in passing in reference to like major planes.
Sure. There's going to be a slow nod at that. And what, if I may ask, bears you and Banehold, Captain?
We are headed there for some sort of prison break. We have come to learn of many prisons within this plane. Our plan is to scout them out and see which ones we can help.
Kind of one of those, like sagely nods of understanding. Like, we've come to understand these people as people who, like, that's just what they do, and so the dots
Kind of, yeah. Though we may delay our travel a little bit. I have some business here I wish to finish up.
Well, by all means, and as far as I'm concerned, my dear friend, gives him a pat on the shoulder. Do try and stay in touch if you're able.
Yes, I can touch you now. Puts hand on your shoulder.
Gentle squeeze.
I have to let go now. We have to leave.
For sure. Of course.
But I will touch you next time I see you. Nods very affirmatively. Like they're like, yeah, I got you.
Oh no, mistakes have been made. No, that means please write, as in keeping communication.
I cannot write.
Oh, it's fine. They're eating their words so fast. They regret everything.
Dorothy is seemingly enjoying this and lets it go on for like another minute or so before, come on, we have to go. And you two of you are left left alone once more on the dock.
It's the boy meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boy.
And I think as the two of you head back to the ship, we're going to take a quick break there.
Oh boy.
Whew, alrighty.
ID.
Thank y'all for my patience. We got a lot of setup to bring people back in, leaving the place, but we're getting going here.
Break time!
Quick break time.
Hi, chat. How you doing? How's it
Hello.
going?
Welcome to the crew, Citric.
Glad to be here. Now I am your problem.
It's not official yet, but we'll get there.
We might. You can always kick me off.
It's true.
Leave, go, shoo, flee, depart, exit my presence.
Nautiloid, shut this man into the reaches of space.
Ah!
Okay, you got it, Dad.
That is not my title.
Okay, Daddy.
No, that's worse.
Papa Kazador.
Where did I go wrong?
So be right back.
I think so far the only confirmed father of the party is Hakka.
Oh, also just for those scenes, Vex, Xoruk, hero point.
They might have gotten up.
Citric, you also get a hero.
You get a hero point. You get a hero point. I was ready for some crazy hijinks with Marsh. And we still might get them. Does Chad get a hero point? That is up to Leah. Did we level up? Again, question for Leah.
I'm back. Zen, why do you hurt me like this?
Am I missing something? Gretchen Wieners? Am I forgetting something?
No, it's the level up thing.
Zen, y'all and chat can level up. Chat can be level 2 now, and chat can have 2 hero points. If 10 or more people use a hero point at the same, like say they want to use a hero point in chat, I'll let y'all force a reroll on a roll.
Oh, chat, keep track of your hero points.
Getting 10 people in chat to coordinate that, good luck.
It's like the monkeys at the typewriters.
Deal of Greed does not want chat to have a level up. You know what, Ideal of Greed, for being left alone, you can have an extra hero point. Can't do anything with it, but you do get a hero point. Then we're all part of it. Chat is for everyone. It's not your chat. It's our chat. Say home is for sheep.
We are all become chatter.
And I'm back.
Ven, come back.
To make sure you did Vex and Xoruk here, they got a hero point.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Darky, can I have a villain point? Shit, should the chat points be villain points, not hero points?
Oh no. Villain points you use against us for like NPCs.
Yeah, alright, you know what? You guys can't have 2 hero points. You get a hero point and a villain point.
Hope you're keeping track.
Because I'm not. I'm definitely not.
Well, if you're not keeping track, then how do you know? How do you know they're not lying?
I go by an honor system.
Fair enough.
It is always steered me wrong. Don't trust people.
Hmm.
That's true. We trust you, Tweets.
Oh yeah, tweet super trustworthy. Never done anything untrustworthy.
Yep. Hey, Miss Tweetums, I have this barrel of arsenic. Can you watch it for me?
Thousand villain points and 2 hero points. You know what? Sure.
So my question is, chat.
Mhm.
If chat's getting villain points, what is it that they're doing to earn the villain point?
Complaining.
Being menaces.
Fair enough.
Everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Is that hoedown music in the background?
I
I
can't.
recently
hear it.
found out Cotton Eye Joe is like a Swiss song.
What?
Yeah, Yarp. It was not made in the US. It's by I think, Swiss or Danish composer and band. Swedish, yeah.
Damn, dude. Fit up and forgot, Cotton Joe.
Yep. It is not a sound. It is not a song. It's a song of Europe. It's a European song. Fucking stupid.
I've been married a long time ago. We come from
Cotton Eye Jordigan.
Caesar salad's Mexican.
Yeah,
I
because
was-
Caesar was Mexican.
A French dip is from Los Angeles.
Damn.
Nothing is
Pizza's
real.
from New York. Just waiting on Citra to get back. Yeah,
Citra, come back.
you can blame it all on me.
Thero.
Shit, Thero. Why?
What have you done, Thero?
Tax evasion.
Ah, good thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you're a Yoshi?
Yes.
Can I step on you to make the double jump?
Yeah. You'll have to throw me to the abyss, and that'll have to weigh on your conscience. But yeah.
Noted. Now that I've sucked down this gritty, unpleasant coffee,
You can get some Bones coffee.
I'm hankering for Bones coffee right now. I wish I was drinking Bones coffee. Instead, I'm drinking Turkish instant coffee.
I'm gonna post a comic.
I don't want to squash people's headcanons about Silksong, because like if you want to imagine Hornet as trans mask, like that's cool, but she's already canon trans femme, so I'm like, huh?
The internet's gonna internet.
We're gonna trans Hornet again. Trans masculine.
Trans Hornets.
More than meets the eye.
Isn't that not what that?
So wait,
is that not
Wait.
what the white liquid you heal yourself is? Is that not the gender fluid?
That's the pilk.
Hey.
Ah, I see.
Thero.
Hmm?
The comic that you put in the chat,
Yeah.
you nearly killed me. I was straight up choking on my food for like the past 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I can see into your mind. Oh yeah? Watch this. Thinks about Strahd viciously making out with his lieutenant.
It's oh god, I need to do this. I need to do this in October.
Oh my god. All right, we have everyone back. Let's get rolling.
Yep.
Anyone need any extra time? Anyone? Oh, everyone good to go?
I could take a
Ah,
week.
good to go.
Okay.
Citric.
Let us know when you're ready, Citric. So while we're waiting on Citric, so is there anything anyone else wants? All right, no.
I would like to go retrieve Citric.
Okay, Citric, now that you're back, we... Yeah, sorry, you got dragged back.
No.
Oh, well, Zan, you said no.
Nuh-uh.
Shit. Wasn't ready for that one.
Damn, get Uno'd.
The power of the nuh-uh.
Bringing our group back into the world that we are experiencing. Back aboard the ship of the KSS, Homewrecker. The individuals who have been talking... I want to give a chance one more... Oops, space combat. Wrong thing. But the individuals who've been talking, I want to give one more chance. Is there anything the folks who have been here, Marine, Rot, Hakka, Kazador, the folks that are here chatting with Marsh, is there any more you want to say, discuss while there's that time while the others are away before they return?
I mean, just the general confusion, I think.
Yeah, I think that there's like probably some questions being thrown back and forth. There's a little bit of general confusion. And we can have, and I think this makes a lot of sense, Xoruk and Vex walking into the main cabin, the bridge, to the following little setup. As Marine goes, okay, and Marsh is kind of on the ground right now and has been you guys have been doing charades with Marsh for a little bit to try to figure out what exactly is wrong. And Marine's kind of doing the lean, like on one knee, kneeling down. Okay. What we've managed to figure out so far is that there is something out there that is dangerous
to us. I think that's way vaguer than it needs to be.
I feel.
Oh, hey, Xoruk, Vex.
I feel like that's pointing out the obvious. The
Right?
astral
Like-
sea is dangerous.
No, but the little guy probably has something specific in mind. I've learned to read them.
Nods head. Nods head.
Is
Not-
he, she, they, are they capable of drawing it, maybe?
Oh. Can you throw? Looking at Marsh.
Yeah.
Marsh kind of cocks the head, gives kind of a shrug. Like,
Anybody got any parchment?
Xoruk will move over towards one of the sides, pull out a blank canvas that he has, and just a bit of black paint and a brush before handing them over towards you, Hakka, and then moving towards Kazador.
Thank you. Hakka will approach Marsh, place the canvas on the floor, and hand him the inkwell.
Before we go messing up the ship, I actually had an idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Marsh is like
That's why
reaching for the ink.
Also, I imagine
Xoruk.
like Hakka, Rod, and Marine, all three are squatting around Marsh.
Xoruk, do you think
Yes,
you could
Kazador.
try communicating telepathically with this small creature?
I could certainly try. But I also have a gift from Captain Doritney for our assistance and freeing him from his bondage.
You'll
Oh.
hand over the gifts. And this, I think it was a scroll and something else.
It is a
Kazador.
scroll and a note.
Scroll and a note. I hand that over.
Kazador
but
will take a look.
Kazador would also maybe notice Xoruk has been like kind of crying. Definitely has something weighing heavily on his heart and his mind, but he'll try to take a breath and move over towards the small creature known as Marsh.
You take a quick look, Kazador. It's a scroll case, like a pretty simple looking scroll case, just like bamboo hollowed out with a cap on the top and bottom. And as you slide it out, there is a piece of parchment of some kind that is cut into a circle and has Tirsu on it. Do you speak, or have you learned the written language of Gith yet?
I don't think
I don't-
Kazador would have.
Yeah, so it is written in Tirsu. You have Marine and Xoruk here, so if you want, like, Marine can just kind of lean over, and would honestly, she would just do it herself. She kind of stands up and like.
I could also
nosily-
just cast. I could also just the second I realize it's in Tirsu, I could just be like, "Oh, I'll cast comprehend languages."
The Tirsu,
I know that letter.
You are able to translate a few parts of it. There is like reading it, Hakka. I will genuinely say, as you're like, wait. I want to see if I can figure this out for a second. Part of it does say something of. You think it says, or would translate to, I guess, servant, like revrikal would be the term that you would be able to translate, because it's one of the words that you've been around, like revrikal. You're like, okay, servant? You think that's what one of the things translates to? As you cast comprehend languages, Kazador, it is very formal, like it is an extremely formal, in your time of need, I will do what is required. In your time of need, I will guard you from what endangers you. In your time of need, I will be there. And it is a very formal Gith IOU, basically.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And to be clear, that's IOUs from Doritney, right?
Dorothy, the captain, yeah.
Gotcha.
The Marine would let out like a low. The second thing you kind of unscroll is a very fancy looking piece of parchment, very obviously a spell scroll. And as you undo it, it is very clear that this magic is extremely high. You have only seen magic of this level of caliber once in your life prior. It would be an Arcana check to identify.
If you read
Yes.
this scroll, you are gay. Oh, god damn it!
I mean, are you?
That's a 24.
24.
Hakka, even though he's had a son, he's technically ace.
Not uncommon.
Oh, yeah.
With a 24, that is above the DC needed, because 10 plus spell level. As you're looking through it, this is magic of the highest caliber that most mortals can cast. It is a 9th level spell. You have seen an iteration of this before. It is a gate spell.
Oh, shit!
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a big spell.
So, Scroll of Gate. You have a Scroll of Gate. Gate spell.
Gate spell.
Gates?
I wanted to give Connor a gateway.
Saturday nights, unexpectables.
Not this week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right.
Different.
Who fucking
Kazador,
started the
Kazador
gateway
just
thing? I'm sorry.
Kazador just sort of with like naked surprise is just like, oh, just casually gifting me 9th level spell. Okay.
Pirate Captain. He said it was from his good stores.
Well,
Saving
shit.
it for a
Apparently.
rainy day, I think he said, yeah.
And I don't need the material component for this. I can just cast it
Nope,
from the spell.
Just the scroll. Yep. Scrolls have material components baked into them.
That's 5,000 G worth of diamonds.
Yeah, I think Kazador is just like has just like tilted his head up, is looking down, just casually reading, and he just like, you know, when that guy in Ratatouille is reading the letter.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
seems
is the
Dorothy
matter?
has left us quite the ample boon for our services.
What is written on that scroll?
This is no normal scroll. This is a spell scroll, and within it contains the gate spell.
Does Hakka know? Maybe not.
Hakka.
It is a cleric spell, but I
With
assume
Arcana, with an Arcana of 14, you don't know it intimately. Like you, like looking it up and knowing that, like that is too much for you. For like Connor can just like look at the spell. That's what the spell does. You know what gate does, but like,
okay.
you don't know the mechanics of it. Because you can cast it. It's on your list, but you can't cast it yet.
Yeah. Wow. Your old companions must really like you a lot. Looking at Xoruk.
Xoruk's gonna kind of look blankly for a moment.
It wasn't said like sarcastically or demeaning. It's
Oh
just
no,
like,
of course. But Xoruk's just gonna have a hard time processing for a moment.
Yes, but we also did them a good bit of a rather large favor without anything being asked for in return.
Xoruk, you wanted to approach Marsh.
Yes, Xoruk will, I guess, look at everyone else Slav squatting around Marsh and will Slav squat back.
Yeah. Can I
What
hand
ways
the
are you?
canvas? Can I hand the canvas and ink to Marsh?
Yeah, no, you hand the canvas and ink to Marsh, and Xoruk, roll me an intelligence check. Flat intelligence. You can have advantage, though, because of the
Natural
situation.
20.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Xoruk. Like, I don't know what it is, Zan, but Xoruk rolls
Jesus
so fucking
Christ.
well. Crit machine. With a natural 20, you think it is possible for you to connect your mind with Marsh's and for you to potentially draw it from his memory if the connection is strong enough.
Xoruk will go from a Slav squat to kind of sitting cross-legged, and will offer a hand out to Marsh. Do you mind
Marsh
touching my hand,
offers
little
a-
one?
Offers a squishy little, like, appendage. It feels like grabbing a sponge.
Mentally speaking, trying to form a connection. I do not know if you can hear me, and I do not know if you can respond back. But if you can picture what it is you were asked to draw, to paint, place that image into your mind, and I will try to translate it with my own hand.
It doesn't really close its eyes. It doesn't really have eyes in the traditional sense. It has these two little dark spots on the face that seemingly like act as eyes, and they're kind of a glassy sort of texture to the outside of them. But they focus intently on you, and an image begins to appear in your mind. And as you close your eyes, and rather than visualizing the image, and rather than visualizing the image and sort of drawing it from what you see, what you do is allow the almost focus solely on this connection that is between, with the natural 20, you don't have to roll again, between you and Marsh. That's the kind of thing I was debating. And this flood of feelings and thoughts, memories, and distant visuals flash through your mind. The mind of this individual is far beyond what you thought it would be. It is not as simple as you would have maybe expected. It has almost a vast well of knowledge that it is tapping into. And as you tap into it, you almost see these like brief glimpses, almost like you're in a room with little peephole, like a completely dark room with little peepholes that you can look out of and see these vignettes of other planes or existences. There is almost like tapping into it feels akin to like tapping into like an elder brain or a hive mind, something like that, but it's much more dull, much more muted, much more almost natural, you would say. And as you let this connection kind of flow into you, these neuro impulses that are transmitted through the psychic connection into you, you all watch as Xoruk begins to paint. And with advantage, Xoruk, use your art skills.
Okay. with advantage. Give me 1 second to do the toggle. 17.
17. And with a 17, a couple images begin to appear on the canvas. And I imagine everyone's kind of quiet and watching over Xoruk as this is happening and sort of watching as it unfolds, line by line at a time. And after a period of time, there are 3 images that appear on the parchment. 2 small ones in the bottom corners, on the left and on the right, and then one in the dead center. The one on the bottom left is very familiar to you, Xoruk. It is a very common stylized silhouette of an illithid head. But there are some things that are different than the normal illithid head that you would be familiar with. There are certain key differences. The head is shaped slightly differently, and there appears to be what looks like the outline of an eye in the dead center of the forehead.
This looks like a geik, but does it have 1 eye? Does it have 3 eyes? I can't quite say.
On the right side, something else appears. A outline of what looks like many small lines writhing together, forming the silhouette of a vaguely feminine humanoid shape. And it's almost like these little hash marks it's entirely made of, and it gives it almost as you're looking at it, it gives it a sort of unclear, grainy sort of look to it. And it doesn't have legs or anything, it just kind of flows into a pile. But there's a vague feminine silhouette to it, and the hands are held up. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, a mask begins to form in the center. A very clear depiction that is strikingly similar to the mask of the Lady of Pain. But again, there are just a few things that are off. Little nicks in it. A couple of runic sigils that are carved into the... Or not carved, but like look as though they are carved into the mask front. That with Kazador's ability to comprehend languages at the moment, you are able to read 2 things. One is 2 names carved into the mask, this face that is looking at you in the center of the page. I'm happy to tell you what these names are. But the 2 names that you read really should not come as a surprise, as they are Drin and Valara.
Huh.
They point down. Marsh kind of like lets go and kind of excitedly uses the little like sword blade, like the little leaf blade, and points down at the like feminine figure and then points up at Rod.
Looks at Xoruk and Kazador and everyone. What does that mean?
Would Kazador recognize the Lady of Pain?
Oh yeah, no doubt. You would recognize it looks slightly different, slightly odd, but you do recognize it.
I think Kazador just lets a naked expression of just, oh no, on his face. What business could you possibly have with that being?
Yeah, I would assume, like, leaving the outlines, I am familiar with the visage of the Lady of Pain, like, kind of avoidably.
Yeah.
The Lady of Pain, I don't know. I've never set foot on Sigil before.
But has your friend Marsh here? Have they set foot in Sigil?
Marsh nods.
Well, there you have it.
And Rod looks at Marsh, like, moving a little bit closer. Do you want to go there?
For those of you that feel like you would recognize the symbol of the Lady of Pain, the mask, roll me a history or just a flat intelligence check if you don't have history.
I'm trained in history, so I will do this.
Aw, damn, a 13.
So just intelligence, okay?
Ah. Hey,
That's what I
there you
think.
go. The 0 modifier.
Makes sense. I've lived the closest.
Level 15 play, ladies and gentlemen.
There is for Ront, there is a very I think this makes some sense because Xoruk, I think for you have learned and it's been ingrained in you so much to ignore the silhouette of the Lady of Pain and to like not pay attention to it. Your brain has started to just like not focus on the details because that's the safest method. So I think you don't notice certain aspects of the subtle differences. Kazador, Hakka, I feel like once again with the two of you are familiar enough to recognize it, but not familiar enough to recognize the difference. But for you, Rot, there is one extremely clear difference. And it's in the center of this kind of like large, wide mask section. There is two white lines that have almost been cut out, like they weren't filled in, right? It's reverse. It's using the negative space to depict it, and they almost look like swirls, right? They have a kind of swirl-like appearance to them. It almost just looks like decoration or perhaps detailing. But you kind of cock your head and look at it from a different angle, and they actually look like horns. Almost like a figure wearing a mask that is like a figure with large curling horns that is wearing a mask that is extremely reminiscent of the Lady of Pains.
Rod brings their face closer to the canvas and tilts it to the side a bit before looking back to Xoruk. Did you do this on purpose? It points to the negative space.
Nods, like very emphatically.
This is... Looked like someone wearing the mask, but not the lady herself. I don't know if I make sense.
Xoruk, roll me another intelligence check.
7.
7. You feel like this is a very, like, these depictions that you've been able to put out here are simplified versions of very complex images that you saw. They are the best way to get these sort of depictions across with just ink and paper. They don't give as much detail. You begin pouring through your mind, and at the moment, just because of the amount of information you received and the way you're disconnected from it, you're not able to, at the moment, picture the thing that Marsh was picturing.
It's difficult to say exactly, but this is the closest to what I could depict in its mind. To Marsh's mind, as it were. I'm sorry, who is this? As he kind of looks towards Rot.
Rot waves.
Oh, this is this creature's parent.
Marsh shakes
This is-
their head emphatically.
This is
we are
what?
not related. Rod nods.
And yes, they are this Marsh's liaison.
Marsh kind of gives like a yeah sort of shrug, like, oh yeah.
They
Rod leans towards Marsh. What does that mean?
Marsh points at, like, kind of points their appendage at themselves and then points at you.
Oh. So that we're friends.
Just kind of nods.
Yeah.
apparently they're from a settlement in the Outlands called Plaguemore, was it?
Plaguemore, yes. It's a ways away from Seagull, but I always see the spire from the distance.
Yes, I've been to the Outlands once myself, though I didn't stay for long and didn't really go anywhere civilized.
Kazador, this creature's mind is far more a well of thoughts, ideas, memories. It's far more depth than most minds that would have shallow thoughts at the surface and deeper things beyond. It is difficult to delve or divine necessarily what it has gone through or what it's trying to show.
I think Kazador just stares at this small creature for a long few moments.
Turns to look at you, and it, like, again, with its, what it has for eyes, makes eye contact with you, and just stares unblinkingly and intensely at you.
Would it benefit for you to also understand that there are more of this, Marsh?
Are they? Listen, March. Are there more of you?
Nods. Just like a very, like a slow, like, mm-hmm.
Perhaps this creature is some form of myconid?
Kind of does like a point at chest, points at that, and then does like a, doesn't have a hand to do the so-so gesture, but kind of twists their appendage a little bit.
So it's possible that there's some form of communal connection, some spore-like neural network, a hive mind, to put it simply.
Forgive me for not fully grasping the situation. Are these two messengers of some sort?
I think so, but not for us. Kazador looks down at the paper again and just sort of cringes and lets out a long sigh. You, Marsh, aim to meet this person, and he sort of taps with his staff onto the more feminine-looking mask.
points with the like little sword at the more feminine looking individual, and then points at Rot once more. But then they do something they haven't done before, and they point at the Illithid, and they point up at Marine. Like the strange sort of extra-eyed Illithid with the slightly different head shape.
Are you trying to say that the conflict between the Illithid and the Gith are impacting the two of you, and you are having to, in some capacity, deal with Illithid and or the Lady of Pain?
It just stares at you and kind of cocks its head.
Do you believe this message for what is to be delivered is for the Lady of Pain? How is that even possible?
It shakes its head.
I'm going to take a closer look at the Illithid that was drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem familiar?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Do. Bada being. Oh, it's coming.
It's happening.
26.
Very
26.
nice.
You're kind of looking at it, cock your head to one side. It's definitely odd. And you're racking your brain because there's that sort of deja vu. Like, I've seen this before, or I've experienced this before. And memories begin to surface in your mind, but not yours. Once again, you're brought back to a scene in your past with you and Hakka when you first boarded the Nautiloid. That strange red ooze in a tank that you freed, that granted you both its memories, that this thing that kicked off your journey with the Nautiloid into the stars, this strange entity whose memories keep resurfacing. And in this moment, a flash of seeing from the other side of the tank, a flash of a memory in that room that was a laboratory with the creature in it, and you see the geek that started this all off, the strange mind flayer arcanist who seems to be working, and they straighten up and they turn and they bow deeply to things that haven't quite entered the room yet, but then they do. And you see another familiar figure, Illin.
Yep.
The strange white, six-tentacled mind flayer who steps in and almost does like a dismissive wave. But then one more thing steps in this memory. Something you weren't expecting. Something that matches the third depiction on the piece of paper. Oh, fuck, it did that. Of course it did that.
A broken JPEG.
A broken JPEG.
Yo!
Love when that happens.
Horror!
I will put this in the group chat and you can pull it up for stream that way.
Yeah.
Just have to do it slightly differently.
Different.
Different.
O-S-T. There we go. Ah.
Hmm. Hang on a minute.
You all
Would
good?
and I'm sorry, who sees this vision? Is it
This is
Me.
Kazador at the moment.
okay?
I am bringing it up for stream.
No worries. This, by the way, the artist is at Poshmop53 on X. I don't know if they've... I haven't double-checked to see if they transferred to Blue Sky, but I know they're still taking, or at least last time they were still taking
Missions?
commissions. Nope, they have moved to Blue Sky. Yep, they're at Poshmop on Blue Sky.
Good.
Go follow them. I really appreciate their stuff. I've done quite a few art pieces with them.
Heck yeah.
Followed.
Yeah, but for the people who can't necessarily see on screen, what does this individual look like?
For those of you who are watching, another individual sort of strides their way into the room. They are extraordinarily tall, but not huge, not giant-sized. They roughly standing about shorter than Pano, about 8 feet tall. A gray-skinned individual, the hands clasped in front of them, long claw-like nails interlaced. Their simple, kind of brown-red, drab robes match those of the following, the various followers that the party has met on their journey. And adorning their body are dozens, hundreds even, of small religious icons. Little baubles, little talismans, little reliquaries hanging off of various strands. Little bone depictions, some skulls. Doesn't matter, evil, good. But the strangest thing of all is, as they kind of interlace their hands, they pull them apart, and what is pulled taut is a set of prayer beads with a gorgeous golden medallion hanging in the center. A medallion that matches the exact shape on the page that was drawn. That of the Lady of Pain's mask, but with 2 extra horns added. And before they begin to speak, the Illithid looks over towards the tank where the memory is coming from and waves a hand, and metal casing covers it, and you are returned to darkness, which then leads your vision back to the world around you. As you all watch just Kazador kind of almost like sway for a second as this memory just almost took hold.
Kazador, are you all right?
Kazador will steady himself and shake his head. I saw the vision just now. I'm not certain what to make of it. There was Ilin, that mind flayer, that star spawn, and another individual. Tall, gray. Do you remember the following? That person we saw in the Gnosis cluster?
Indeed.
I saw an individual that looked much like that person, but grander. They had a mask that looked a lot like that. He gestures to it.
Hakka's eyes are just wide with disbelief.
Thing is, I don't know that much about the Lady of Pain. But I do know one thing. This should be a personal blasphemy towards her. This shouldn't exist.
What do you mean?
The Lady of Pain is not a god, per se. She is a being unlike anything we know currently. She likes to keep her secrets, too. But one thing that she absolutely will not abide are people worshipping her. And yet this individual I saw, he had many different religious symbols, but depictions of the Lady of Pain in a almost reverent display. Whoever this individual is either probably not ignorant, but they're playing with fire. I'm not sure how or why this came to be, but I think the message trying to be conveyed here is that Tixdixl is our proper path.
How does this all relate to Marsh and Rot?
Marsh once again uses the little leaf sword and points at now the masked figure, the like mask in the center, and points up at Kazador. Points at the individual made of the little hash marks, the kind of feminine figure. Points up at Rot. And then points at the strange three-eyed or two or single-eyed, hard to tell, illithid depiction, and points up at Marine, and then slowly draws it through the air to point at you, Xoruk.
Is this connected to what we had? Why we're here?
Maybe.
Takes the little leaf blade and slashes it across the paper, across the mask.
At the very least, this is related to the Star Spawn's activity.
I never thought I'd have to see it again.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have a blasphemous cult, rogue Githzerai navy, and Starspawn all connected together. And we are between all of that.
If this Marsh is gesticulating and drawing is anything to be interpreted, we very well might. At the very least, I think we could have an important role to play in events to come.
Sork will take a... Okay.
No, you go ahead.
Sork was going to take a deep breath and break the connection with Marsh. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever this all means, it seems like our course is where we need to go. I think we'll find more answers in the City of Doors. As for getting this information to the Lady of Pain, I haven't the foggiest idea of how that could be done, but there may be some strings I can pull.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get going.
I think we've been moving this whole time.
Oh, have we? Oh.
I have this heading set. Marine slowly stands up, kind of straightens their jacket a little bit. I'll go get us moving towards our heading proper. And I actually need to roll something for her.
Rod's still squatting close, probably closest to Marsh. Just looks up at everyone. Wait, do you all mean to travel there?
Yes.
Indeed, yeah.
I've just been following Marsh. To be completely honest, just been kind of drifting for a bit now, and found a little guy, and I've been following them around. But they had a better idea of where to go than I, so I think I'm following. If you would have me.
I think this meeting could be something more than coincidence.
We do need more deckhands.
Marsh is going to walk up to Ra and reach out for your hand.
Rod takes Marsh's hand.
Marsh is going to kind of drag you, like lead you over, and is going to reach out towards Vex, actually.
Like, pointing?
They're still, they have one arm still held by Rot, and they're going to reach out and kind of shake their other arm up towards you.
Does it look like they're asking for...
Almost like, like they're asking for you to hold it.
With hesitation, they reach out.
And they're going to try to, with no strength that they have, like literally just like you can tell they're trying to drag your hands together.
What? Rod will not oppose.
Vex will.
Yeah, he's not strong enough to force it.
No, they withdraw their hand. They don't understand what's going on.
They're going to kind of pat at Rot and then point and kind of hop like in the air and point at Vex again.
It's difficult to understand them sometimes, but they do seem to know what they are doing.
Oh, I understand that. I understand that they understand what they're doing. I don't understand what they're doing.
Gonna point at you and then point at Rot.
I understand that we are both beings and we are in the same place.
Shakes its head a little bit.
Rod actually takes picks Marsh up and like holds them in their arms. I don't know what to. I know if this seems to be asking a lot of you. It's just the only guidance I've had, and by now I'm really confused as to where I'm going. But it has to do with you all, and that seems to include you.
Then that I understand, and quite frankly, if you are lost and not sure where you're going, you'll find yourself in very good company. But you have a reason, and that I understand.
Rob nods and looks at Marsh. It's okay.
Kind of crosses their arms.
And looks back at the group. If you all intend to leave and you are not opposed to taking me with you, could I just ask for a bit of time to say goodbye to the friends I made to get here?
Of course.
Just left without much of a word, and perhaps they are wondering where I went.
You may, yes.
Rod nods. Their entire body language is nothing compared to what it was when they came here. Like, it's just the way that is in this entire room, like, very much falls on them as well. I'll come back as quickly as possible.
As you begin to walk out, is Marsh still in your arms?
Yes.
They're going to reach out towards Vex one last time. Kazador is going to do something.
Oh no, he was just gonna nod.
And Rod just pats Marsh on the back. It's fine. It's fine.
Crosses the arms once more, and you begin to head out, walk off onto the dock, and you're actually walking up the stairs of the Tasvirsu, and you see another figure walking down the stairs, or padding down the stairs, more accurately, on all fours, as you see Howell just kind of...
Oh,
there you are, my
hiya.
friend.
I was going to look for you. I
Was
found the
doing
little guy.
same. You did. You found them here.
Yes, that I did.
I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
They look a little sad.
Does that mean your time now is ending with us?
I think so. Marsh is picking the next route, and this seemed to be it.
Mm.
And the road gets closer. I am. Thank you for picking me up.
They move closer as well, and they kind of give a...
Ah, you still smell like home.
I still don't know what that means.
A bit fermented. But you smell like home.
You should take a shower.
You ever get the chance to try ambrosia? Do so.
Rod nods. Gets closer and hugs How.
How will hug back. And as they separate, they're going to actually reach through their equipment.
I have something for you if you're leaving.
Also, the hug is with Marsh, so it's like a group hug.
Yeah, there's a squeeze sound.
It's something that all members of the Geik Sukinva that we all get, but your time was short. I imagine the captain would not give one to you, but I feel you should have one.
And they're going to reach into their pocket and pull out what looks like a flask.
They will take it with no hesitation.
It will help you if you ever find yourself against a Geik in the future. It's a tonic, protects the mind. Oh, and don't throw out the flask. It refills.
Rod looks at it for a moment, before putting it away and nodding. Thank you. I really mean it.
Looks at you and kind of looks you up and down. You don't want to do the whole rigmarole with everyone else, do you?
If I could avoid it.
I'll tell
But I
them
will
what you
miss them.
want. Oh, I'm sure those that are capable of missing people will miss you as well.
Rod nods.
The Nera, I'm not so sure. No,
Well,
no one really knows with them.
I can hope that at least I make a good impression.
You will. You are kind. Don't lose that.
I don't plan to.
They give you what they kind of hesitate a little bit, but then give you one last big hug.
Yeah, hugs back.
Travel safe. And as you're walking away, as usual, after interacting with Howl, you're having to pick a lot of colorful fur out of the various sticky parts of your mushrooms.
Ugh.
Rod smiles to themselves at that and walks back to the to the homebreaker.
You walk back to the homewrecker. All of you are left for a brief period without Rod. Is there anything you would like to do during that time? Talk about, discuss.
I think Kazador, now that not to be rude about it, but the unexpected element has left the ship, and he's got his main crew there with him. Kazador will just turn to the rest of them. What do you all make of this?
I find when it comes to us, Kazador, when things are conveniently setting in place, it's for a reason. Call it destiny, call it luck. Either way, judging by the metal of that mushroom man, I think they'll be an asset.
This ship may not have sails in the traditional way. It may not travel amongst a blanket of ocean. And yet it still traverses and makes waves. The larger the vessel, Captain, the more often you will find flotsam and jetsam attaching themselves to the hull. The ship is small, but your presence here, our presence, is much larger. It will attract things, good and bad, to us.
Then it is all we can do to rise up and meet it as it comes. He'll look to Vex.
They sort of just... It's not a blank stare, but they just kind of keep their mouth shut. And they sort of just kind of exchange a look with Kazador for a moment before responding. I think the one thing that we need to be cautious of is the fact that we are relying on influences and characters that are just as clueless as we are. Now, if there's one thing that I know for certain, the four of us have a knack for sorting out things unspoken and directions therein. It's one thing that I feel confident in our ability to do. However, I think it would be wise if...
Who let the cat in here?
I'm so sorry. It's stuck in my armor. If there's one thing that I know for certain, it is that we need to be vigilant, and we need to keep our eyes peeled. If this is to be a multi-dimensional web of different parties, all aiming for different things, all influencing each other, taking pot shots at other influences for gains and getting other people involved, whether or not they're even remotely, and they sort of look in the direction of Rot and Marsh, aware of it. While that is a song and dance that we are familiar with, it is starting to get more complicated. We would be wise to be vigilant moving forward.
I think you're right. Still, the City of Doors was our original heading. Now it seems we've got a bit more purpose to go there. He looks to Marine, if they're still there.
Marine is returning now from heading set, Captain. City of Doors, next destination.
Very good. You knew that small creature, yes? You said you served with it previously on a different vessel?
Yeah, I think it was a different one, but yeah, I think they're all the same.
Do they always have cryptic and fateful...
Yeah.
Hides?
Yep.
What do you make of this situation we find ourselves in now?
You catch them slowly look over at the parchment on the ground that Xoruk drew. I'll be honest, Captain. Never thought I'd have to see that bloody silhouette again. It's not something I tell a lot of people. It's not something I show a lot of people. But if I'm going to be working with you, you should know. I don't have psychic abilities anymore. And not in the way that most Gith do. She reaches up, and you see she actually pops out one of her eyes. And there's a actual mechanical cord leading into the actual socket. Had to get this fella replaced after Gake Beak pops it back in. Took out a chunk of my brain.
What?
And it wasn't just anyone. And she points down at the silhouette.
Do you wish for vengeance?
I've spent most of my sailing career after that looking for any rumor of a Gake with another eye. This is the first thing I've seen. Thing took my eye, a hand, and a leg.
What?
Hakka looks at both legs. Do they look like? Does there
They
look
seem
to be
fine. She does wear a very large glove, kind of at all times, on one of her arms. One of her arms has the metal sort of bracer, and then a hand wrap on it. And the fingers and thumb kind of look mostly normal, but as you're looking at them, Hakka, with your high medicine, your high perception, she keeps it well hidden. She keeps that one usually behind her or in her jacket pocket or something. But there's almost like a plasticky texture to the outside of it. And she kind of like flexes the one hand. And now that you think about it, she doesn't move like super oddly. You reckon it's either been regenerated or there's another version, but she does have a bit of a not limp, but a gap to her gait with one leg. So it's the kind of little things that I've described really briefly in passing that I think right in this moment Hakka's putting together.
We've shared similar fates before.
And Hakka will actually kind of like move his head to show one eye and then move to show another. And the latter one he shows is a bit more like desaturated and gray.
I lost an eye in Icewind Dale. Luckily, the ancestors granted me some regeneration.
I just met a pixie artificer.
If you give me some time, I can prepare another regeneration, if you'd like.
Maybe on the hand, but not on the eye. This thing's tricked out.
Give me a day to prepare.
Kind of waves at you a little dismissively, but you can tell, those with high insight, that there's a little bit of like an OU sort of action in the gesture.
There's more interlocking parts to this than it seems.
Like I said before, destiny.
It's a bitch. Hey, Payload, how you holding up? That was weird with the little mushroom guy, right?
Yeah, that was very rude.
Vex? Not a word to Vex.
They just slowly blink.
You doing okay there?
Perfectly.
Okay. Do you want us to do anything about the little mushroom guy? I'm worried he's going to keep harassing you.
I'll make it sure that he does not do anything unwarranted.
With respect, there's a lot of our minds. Vex is still processing a lot of information they learned. I think I may have just broken up with someone. And we have a lot of information to process. We should find to our roles on this ship and get to work.
Let's prepare for takeoff.
And as those of you on the crew begin to head out to your various spots on the deck, Rot returning and the Nautiloid detaching and departing from the Gnosis cluster, a brief bit of space travel begins to go by. Everyone kind of quiet in their own thoughts. And before I cliffhanger you all, is there anything y'all want to do really quickly as the journey begins? Any quick conversations you want to have? Any last things you want to address with someone?
Can Hakka go up to Rot?
I think Kazador would also want to meet with Rot.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We can have a quick meeting with Rot in the on the bridge. Just really quickly, while Hakka and Kazador meet with Rot on the bridge, where would Xoruk and Vex be?
I think Xoruk would kind of be around, let Vex know that he's around in case they need to speak to anyone or need to have any help with anything. But Xoruk would be trying to do as much busy work as possible, keeping the decks clean, keeping the walls as organized as they can be, making sure nothing is out of place.
probably counting the ammunition for the 4th time up in the in the mangonel room,
Calibrating the aim of it again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta beat up the mitochondria.
What about Vex?
I think in a similar fashion, they're going to keep themselves busy.
Mm-hmm. I imagine you're maybe meeting with the two, and you're probably, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like a moment where you would kind of latch onto an Avri and Kinatal, and just be working with them with the basics of it.
Solitude.
Oh, Vex wants solitude. Got it. In that case, it probably makes sense for you to be down in the crew quarters, just doing food inventory or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, no, whatever you think would make sense. As everyone kind of disperses and separates and goes about their busy work, we have a meeting on the
So
on main deck.
So kind of circling around you like a shark rot, Hakka's just gonna circle around you and size you up. And then he's gonna get about 10 feet away. Gonna look you square in your eye. Demonstrate your might to me. And Hakka will just kind of hold out his arms.
Looks at Kazador.
He wants to take your measure.
This is going to be a dangerous path. It will not be easy. Whether it's a spell or weapon, hit me as hard as you can.
We want to know that you can hold your own should any violence break out.
Precisely.
Hakka's actually very happy that Kazador knew exactly what Hakka was doing, that they're on the same page.
Rod looks nervously between you two. And then looks back at Marsh and puts Marsh down. Are you sure?
Leah, did we get a long rest or a short rest in?
Yeah. You could.
Okay, let me just roll
guys
these really
have had a
quick.
short rest. Yeah.
Let me just roll these really quick. There we go. There we go. Yep.
I'm ready.
I assure you, he can take it.
I'll certainly hope so. And Rod will actually walk up to you, stand right in front, and put a hand on your arm.
Okay.
And
Oh, your voice got a little muffled there.
Yeah, your voice got
sorry.
muffled.
You see,
8th
as
level
Rod,
inflict wounds. Let's go. Let's do it.
no, but I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, contagion! Oh boy. Okay.
He casts cheese touch.
Yep.
Oh no, you're gonna cheese him.
A 23.
Oh, you pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing.
I will say it is nothing, but roll me a medicine check.
Yeah, the thing is, you still cast the spell, and we can still measure what you did. So yeah, medicine.
Yeah,
check.
I guess could I roll an Arcana check?
Arcana, yeah, would be reading the magic that is coming off.
That's another 26.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many list for the type of contagions.
Yeah. So contagion is kind of funny that way because you can pick which sickness you want.
Which
to
one
inflict.
were you planning on giving, out of curiosity?
Yeah.
See,
You have such good choices: blinding sickness, filth fever, flesh rot, mind fire.
I like slimy doom.
Slimy doom. Oh my god!
That's the bleeding
That
one,
was my
right?
name in high school, believe it or not.
Heck yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Connor.
Yeah, I was aiming for slimy doom, the bleeding one.
Slimy
yeah.
doom. Okay.
That one is
There is medicine 14. Hakka, as Rot reaches out towards you, there is a what does this look like for you, Rot?
You see, like one remarkable feature from Rot is the dimly glowing eye, and you see as they approach their hand and put their up your arm, the veins start glowing up in the same pale green tone, and they extend up to you, and they try to like make purchase on you, but you repel it.
I will say Hakka was underestimating you a little bit because you've kind of been this very like kind, like inquisitive, like, oh, look at this, look at that. And to have contagion come out, Hakka's like,
yeah, I think you can't recognize
whoa.
exactly what happened magic wise, but when they hold out their hand and that magic begins to coalesce and you see the actual physical manifestation of the slimy doom, there is a recoil, an instinctual response in the back of your brain that surges magic forward to the part of your body that Rot's about to touch, and you feel your magic basically burn it away, and your own your own response to it rises, and you have a visceral knee-jerk reaction to it. To not let this actually take hold and not let this actually affect you, despite the implication, or despite the fact that you were like, oh yeah, go ahead and do it, you recoil.
Yeah, because knowing that caliber of magic is like, oh no, that's actually, I don't want to get hit by that. So Hakka recoils back and then realizes it, and then he smiles his big toothy grin. You got me to flinch. Well done.
For Kazador, there's something else. You're not detecting magic in the traditional sense, in that you're you don't have the spell up. You can if you'd like, but that is not needed for this arcana. You're a sorcerer. Magic is literally baked into your creation. You're not quite certain the origin, and you wish to learn more about it, but you are extremely familiar with magic that is inherent and core to someone's being.
Interesting.
And that is what it feels like that's happening here. This doesn't feel like channeled magic. This doesn't feel like divine magic. This feels closest to your magic. The way it sort of bubbles out, the way the eye glows, the way that the magic around Rot surges, you think, and you're not sure, but there's a chance that this individual has, in fact, you feel close to certain that while you have immeasurably more control over your magic, that this individual has immeasurably more magic than you.
I think there's a moment where Kazador is just leaning up against the command console with his arms folded over his chest and is just casually observing. But the second he feels the rush of magic, just the magic within his own blood just react to what just happened, he just snaps to attention and observes more carefully.
Yeah. I think there's this look between Hakka and Kazador of just oh, that was impressive.
Kazador, you are a fire hose with magic. You have a large tank, and you have heavy control over it. This is a tidal wave.
Well,
Happy
But
to have
what?
you aboard, Rot.
While all of this goes on, Rod has for what you can read, an extremely guilty expression. Like they were not happy to do this, and there was a rush of relief in seeing that it did not take hold on you.
Don't feel bad. I asked for it.
Kazador
Kazador can attest. Sometimes I have to learn things the hard way.
We're, if that isn't the truth, we're a hardier bunch than most, Rot. And Hakka may be the hardiest of us all.
I can tell it's honestly the first time that this hasn't worked. It's...
I believe you.
Now Hakka begins to look worried, like, oh shit.
Well,
I can tell. You've got something quite powerful in your corner.
I try to keep it in check.
temperance. That's good. That is good.
Can he do that? And like points to Marsh.
Who's that, March? Can you do that?
Does like a big X symbol with the arms.
They can't.
Well, aside from that, is there any other skills you think might be notable aboard this ship?
I used to help my guardian, I guess that's the title, run a shop. I'll try to help with whatever I can.
We can find something to occupy you. Are you?
I can show you the engines.
Are you keen to stay with us for an extended period? It seems like whatever business we have in the City of Doors might involve us together at some point. Perhaps frequently.
I have no objections. I've, again, been a bit of a drifter since I left home. Just following the little guy, and it seems that there is something big going on. I would like to assist in whatever I can.
And then Kazador looks at Marsh. I've already seen what you're capable of.
Ching ching.
Mind that blade.
Well then.
Does like a flourish and then stows it in the little like grass belt.
If there are no objections.
I have none.
As you're about to officially inaugurate Rot to the crew, there is a lurch to the ship as it suddenly begins to slow, and all of you kind of steady yourselves, and Marine's voice connects to you all. All right, Captain, crew, we have been hailed and interrupted. It appears we weren't going to get off this rock without them making their presence a bit more known. We're receiving a message. Do you want me to broadcast it on the ship?
Pull it up.
Perfect.
Well, now, Captain. It's good that we finally had a chance to get back in touch. As the voice of Joarth rolls over the comms.
Were we supposed to check back with them?
Your vessel seems to be heading out of our space now, and I can't help but notice that we haven't finished up our deal. I have terms. Come to the top deck, and we'll figure things out. And as the message disconnects, as the Pirate Lord Xoruk remains the final barrier for leaving the Gnosis Cluster and heading to the City of Doors, we'll pick up there next time.
Oh,
Well, Rob, you may have to use more of those tidal waves.
Heck yeah.
Oh my god, what a session.
Heck yeah.
oh,
That was fun.
A lot of setup, a lot of moving parts, but I am extremely thankful for my players being here for all of it.
yeah! Finally in the double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Session 10.
Session 10. Well, with that, thank you all so much for stopping by, everybody. I hope you all had fun watching this 10th episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos. We've got a new crewmate.
Yippee!
Un sacco di Fortnite, un troncola.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, let's go around the horn and tell people where they can find us and what we're up to, starting with our newest member, Citric.
Oh, thank you. Hi, I'm Citric. You can find me pretty much everywhere as Citricing, everywhere being places like Blue Sky, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter if you want to see a dead account. And on Blue Sky, I have been posting every Monday a pin-up like monster girl inspired by D&D monsters. So you are pretty much assured to see a new one next Monday, so keep an eye out for that if you're following me up there. Other than that, I am going to be taking part on the second part of the two-shot of our Candlekeep game up on Wiley's like Twitch channel. We are going through currently a dungeon crawl, which is like a nice change of pace for the different adventures we've gone through Candlekeep. Other than that, I'll be here again next Friday and really happy to finally join. Like, as someone who has been watching the show and like that knows sort of you dorks, like it's really neat to join the game, and I hope to be up to standards.
Well, I think you're doing great, and we're Well, this session was a lot of setup. We're gonna hit the ground running next session.
A lot of RP.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we've got TheropodArt.
No.
Hi, hello, it's me, TheropodArt. Y'all know where to find me. Blue Sky, Tumblr for Affinity, all the places. Over on Twitch, I promise I'm gonna get back into the groove of streaming. I promise. It's just things are crazy right now.
Big prom.
I promise. Other than that, I have an Etsy store where I sell stickers. You can buy some stickers. Etsy/store/TheropodArt. And if you want to commission me, that works too. Give me money. I need to replace one of my silver fillings in the next 3 months, so give me money, because insurance is not fully covering that. Hooray.
Eevee.
And if you liked me playing Hakka, you could catch me playing Tara over on Vecna. Tuesday, same bat time, same bat place. That's me, that's it.
Yeah. And up next, we've got Saris. If they're there. Hey.
Find me all over the internet at Tixdixl. I'm doing a lot of stuff. Tomorrow we got No Love War Extra. On Monday we got Deltarune, and on Wednesday we have off, and then we're right back here again for Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos. That's me.
Yeah. And we've got XanillisGrimm.
Hello, that's me. You can catch me and what I'm up to over on my blue sky at XanillisGrimm. Aside from that, on Mondays, twitch.tv/ it's XanillisGrimm. I almost forgot my own name. 7 p.m. PST, we can get some more Star Wars Souls, which is another fun adventure in space D&D game run for a few friends. Then twitch.tv/ MontyGlue at 7 p.m. PST on Thursdays for some more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So if you like more high-level D&D content, that'll be there for you. Oh my goodness, I totally spaced. Twitch.tv/ DistortionDevil on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. PST for some more Vecna Eve of Ruin. But aside from that, if you want to see what else I'm up to, like I said, you can check my Blue Sky. That's me.
Yeah. And of course, our wonderful GM, Amusing Thalia.
Hi, I'm hopefully that. I am here on Fridays running this game. I am on Burnout Vaughn's channel for now. Every other week. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, hopefully. Getting back to some spooky, scary Domain of Dread game, which has been a lot of fun, has been really picking up lately, and I'm very excited to get back to it. And then on Mondays, doing the Deltarune stream. We're partway into chapter 3. It's been a blast. I'm definitely bad at this chapter. On Tuesdays, I'm probably going to do a stream of some kind. It might not be TTRPG, but it will be something. Catch me there if you want to, or not. I'm not your parent. But what I can tell you to do is to at least consider getting the products from Bones Coffee.
Oh, Bones Coffee. Please save me from this pre-packaged instant Turkish coffee.
I've got coffee in my bones.
Deliver me from the land of unpleasant grittiness and take me to a place where all of my favorite flavors and all of my favorite formats lay at bonescoffee.com. And you can use the code DistortionDevil if you would also like to get yourself some fantastic, delicious coffee. Use code DistortionDevil and you can save 10 to 15% off your order. I'm not sure what the variables on that are and how you get the 15, but you can. It's possible.
Probably order more. Order things. Consume.
Yeah. There was a blackberry cobbler flavor that looked very intriguing to me.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I'm a sucker for flavored coffee, so that's very much my scene. But I mean, if that is also your scene, then head over to Bones Coffee Company as well. If you or the bewhiskered person in your life is looking for some hygiene products to take care of their face and their facial hair, then head on over to Beard Sorcery. That's right, Beard Sorcery has a wonderful variety of beard care products. As a matter of fact, I may go ahead and apply some right now. I've got some Paladin's Might Beard Cream, as I've not really had an opportunity to do my routine today. I'm just going to go ahead and rub this delightfully smelling sludge in between my palms here and work it all the way through my beard and onto my face. The magic works its way up, hydrating not just your beard hair, but the skin underneath as well. And if you would like a luxurious facial mane like me, then head over to Beard Sorcery, where the code DistortionDevil will save you 10% on your order. And as always, we couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and subs from viewers like you.
Bits and subs.
Zenlita, thank you for the 100 bits. I like to imagine Marsh walks like a Lalafell.
Oh yeah, that's accurate.
Knuckle Moose, thank you for the raid. Miss Tweedums, thank you for the tier 1 sub gifted to the Ideal of Greed. Zymisite, thank you for the raid with a party of 5. Gaia Green, thank you for the raid with a party of 2. And Brachyzoid, thank you for the raid with a party of 18.
All them raids.
Yeah.
All them raids. All them raids. All right. Well, with that, I think it's high time we send this crazy party off to somewhere. Let's see who we got. Monty's still doing her streamathon. Ray just booted up Silksong.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
They are, I believe, quite far into Silksong. But if you don't care about spoilers, or if you just want to watch someone play some skong,
Is that the fucking shorthand name for it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, skong.
No, it actually is. That is straight up the shorthand for it.
That's horrible.
Playing some
It's
skong.
called skong. Yeah, a true skonger doesn't nose a silk skong post when they see one. They don't need...
It's been skong for a while, even before release.
It's happening.
There we go.
I'm finding the
All
skong
right.
meme.
What should our raid message be?
Skong.
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 Yeah,
skong.
skong.
Sure.
Absolutely.
It's skong. All right. Take care, everybody. I will see you in just a little bit here. Me and a couple of friends are going to be playing some Deadlock soon.
Ooh.
Very fun.
Yes. All right. But for now, take care, everybody. And have yourself a good bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I love you.